back for another exciting episode about how Chennai played. And we have a guest who needs no introduction, the incredible, amazing Sikkil Gurucharan, but who very modestly says he's a true Chennai boy. And that's the introduction he wanted me to give. Yeah. But I think you wowed all of us with your music. But we're going to see another side of you today, how you played as a child. So did you play or did you just start singing as soon as you were born?
No, I played quite a bit. And I was a singer only from 2000, 2001 because till then it was mainly studies and games, outdoor games mostly. And then slowly when I saw that people were appreciating me for my music, that responsibility started creeping in. And I probably, even today I say that if I was not a musician, I didn't become a musician, I would either have pursued my cricket passion even more seriously. And probably gaming, when computer games started, I decided that I should go that way. Love to. Yeah.
But so let's go back to what you played as a child, pre all of this.
Earliest memory of playing games, I think it's cricket, because it's a major part of my life. And right since 87 or 88, when I was 5-6 years old, I started playing cricket, and there were other games because we lived in a lane.
Okay.
It's a long lane of 8 houses, and there was not much width, a lot of length. So obviously, cricket is a game that
you can play there.
You can tweak the rules however you want.
And I guess not much traffic on the lane.
No
so
traffic
perfect.
At all. No traffic at all. And I remember it was the time when Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated, and the city came to a standstill, and there was an auto parked inside the lane because there was some curfew galata going on. So there was a known auto driver who said that, "Sir, I will park the auto over here and come back after things get better." So that auto became a hide and seek spot for us.
Okay.
So hide and seek was a game we used to play a lot. And the 7 stones.
Yes, Pittu. Throw the ball.
Throw the ball with the 7 stones. That probably helped my throwing abilities in cricket sometime later. I don't know. But that auto is still vivid in my memory because we used to start playing after 6 p.m. When it was time after homework or probably in between homework.
Or before homework.
So that was my earliest memory. That cricket and of course calling my friends to play a game of cricket every day. I used to do that. I used to take the initiative and I didn't know. Now I cannot shout that loud because of my profession. If I strain my voice, I'm always afraid it's going to conk off the next concert.
But that's days, a kick, no?
Yeah,
going in.
Calling, there was. I didn't know I was so loud. I could be so loud and calling my friends' names outside their houses. I'm sure
we never rang bells.
Never rang bells. Now I can imagine how their parents must have felt, irritated when this boy came shouting boys in their son's name 10, 12 times before he came to the balcony. I said, "Can we play?" It was not even an arrangement that we play at this time. Just the question also, it required so much of shouting. That was a fantastic memory of playing cricket and working rules according to the space that we play.
Yeah.
And today when I think, as a 40-year-old, how much that has helped us to adjust and adapt to situation because nothing in life is structured. One size fits all never works in life.
Absolutely.
So cricket was a game that taught us, whatever you had in your hand, that became a bat.
Yeah.
In school, in Vidya Madhur, we didn't even have a bat, because once the PT bell rang, the other class or probably the other students, they took the bat and they went and they played. They sometimes they didn't even play cricket with that bat. They played hockey. And we used to fight with them. Here we are waiting for the bat for cricket. And they used to play.
No, but we never had stumps. Now you get these fancy stump sets and all that. Now we used to draw 3 lines.
3 stumps and our hands, the fists became our bats. And I loved playing fist cricket. And in between periods, we didn't have anything, but we had the book.
That
book
cricket.
Book cricket.
Book cricket was a big deal.
It's a big deal, and I think for the first time, we started loving books with more pages. Chances of you getting 0 was becoming less. The higher you went in number of pages. So I think cricket was a major part of.
What about families, grandparents? Did you have a lot of interaction with grandparents?
Not through games. It
Okay.
was always music, but
Okay.
probably games with music.
Okay.
And
When you
these
say games with
little
music, you-
guessing games
Oh,
of
nice.
ragas. And my grandmothers, the Kunjumani and Neela, especially Neela Patti, every morning she has to listen to the Arangisai on All
Okay.
India Radio.
Yeah.
And she used to play a game with herself
Okay.
because she probably would miss the announcement in
Huh.
the beginning. They had the announcement at the beginning, in the middle, and in the end.
Okay.
So who the performers are. So she would probably tune in a little
Later.
than the announcement, and once the Varnam or the first song is over, she used to start. She would be the first one to find out who the singer is, and invariably who the mridangist was. She used to find out.
Oh my
through the
God.
style. And she used to play the game with me, and yaru mridanga solluva. I was clueless, and I was like, how do you manage? And it would be the right person. When the minute the announcement at the middle came, it used to be the person that
So
she
have
had
your
chosen.
skills improved over time? Now can you do that?
No.
No.
I missed asking her what was the secret, but she just said it. You just have to follow the pattern, the style in
Okay.
which they play, and connect it to the guru, and then you'll narrow it down to the number
Wow.
of sishyas who are there who are working in all
Wow.
the radio. And she used to do a nice
Incredible.
game of deduction, and of course the raga guessing it came, and my sister used to beat me at it. And my sister, my party, when they heard some person singing in all day radio, she used to call out to the cousins, all my cousins, and say, what ragam is this? And my sister used to give, for me, she used to give choices to make it easier. And she was so smart, all the choices were wrong. And I used to pick one of the wrong choices. So I was that kind of a person. That has improved. Probably not.
We hope.
Yes, that has improved. Not there yet, but yeah, these games. The
So-
gamification was
Part of our life.
part of their lives, and thanks to them, Carnatic music became even more
Yeah.
interesting for me from that time.
You mentioned cousins. So
Yeah.
you had a lot of cousins. You grew up playing
Oh my
with
God.
cousins.
A lot of cousins.
Yeah.
And my mother's side's cousins, I have distinct memories playing with them, and my father's side's cousins.
Do
Mother's
you have
side
any
cousin,
specific memories you can recollect?
Yeah, it's again to do with cricket, and this is a cousin that I'm still most fond of, and because he and I get along like fire, and we have devised so many games of crickets inside rooms, inside car sheds, on the terrace, and inside the little front yard in my party's house, where there's two stumps where the coconut trees that they had. Funny part was that one coconut tree was here and the other was over here.
But you still had a game of
But
cricket.
still, we have to bowl over here, and the ball has to go there to hit the non-strikers. And
Yeah.
so I remember giving names with him for each of the series, because there were Benson and Hedges,
Yeah.
Test cricket series, and Will's series, and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
these things. We thought this we'll name as the Shed series. Terrace series became T series, because that was the cassette that was famous at that time. So every series used to have a proper
name.
a name. Each place the rules differed,
With deferred.
and cheating was also part of the game. And I still
It's
remember.
interesting you say that, because cheating was never seen as, oh my God, you're cheating. It was part of the fun, wasn't it?
And we used to know that this is where my cousin will cheat. And
Yeah.
I used to know Karthik, his name.
Yeah.
He's in New Jersey now. And invariably, the cheating used to happen when he was opening, because just the two of us,
Uh-huh.
and he always loved Australia, and I was India, and two-player game. So he had to bat 2 times. So he imagined himself to be Jeff Marsh and Dean Jones, and I was here Sachin Tendulkar and Kapil Dev or something. And he used to say, okay, the first batsman here is, and commentary was a big part.
Commentary was part of the game as you play.
As you play, and he mimicked Jeff Marsh walking in, and he said, so here is Jeff Marsh facing the first ball, and he used to, after he got out, oh, it was a great ball, and he used to walk somewhere inside and come back. I thought Dean Jones came back. So there's return of Jeff Marsh. What the hell? Dean Jones is supposed to be. No, I've changed the order. So this was cheating in its most harmless way, and so you adapted, and that
Yeah.
was my memory with my cousin Karthik. And another important memory I had was in Kill Park, where my aunt Mala Chandrasekhar, she stayed in Kill Park with my. She was also my guru, and her mother-in-law Radha Vishwanathan, the daughter of M.S. Subbulakshmi, she was also my guru. So
Okay.
most of my vacations happened in their house, and they had a huge bungalow, so a lot of area to play. And when Karthik and I, when we went to play there, in between music lessons, he was learning to play the flute from my aunt, and I was learning to sing from Radha Mami, and she used to be very generous, so let them go and play, because there was a huge swing at that time in their house, and the swinging was part of the daily routine, and then cricket and running around the house, playing hide and seek and everything. And I think I remember after finishing my music lesson with Radha Mami, Karthik had finished his flute lesson with Mala Auntie, and it was time to play. But at that time, I think Mala Auntie decided that I have to sing some song in Todi that I just learnt. So she said, "Show me, how do you sing this song?" And I started. And she said, "Now it's try doing some alapana." And I knew that Karthik had walked out, and he was
waiting for you to play.
Waiting for me, and he was here. The ball, the bat were all ready. The stumps were drawn on the wall. Everything was ready, and she was not letting me go. And I got really fed up, and I said, I tried singing. I just failed, and I was not at all interested. And I was just visualizing how Karthik would be ready, getting ready with the bat and the ball and everything. And I remember Malati got frustrated at one Sangati that I just couldn't get, and she probably just whacked me very lightly on my lap and said, "Just get off. No, you're clearly not interested. Just go." And I felt so hurt. Not because the whack was hurtful. It was just that
the way she said it.
Why couldn't you sense that I had to go and play before? And you had to get a little physical for that. And so till date, Todi and cricket and that incident. So Malanti now says,
next time we hear you sing Todi, I'll remember.
You remember this. So we went out and then played, and we discovered the power of one single film of that cellophane tape. And everywhere we went, we used to break something. And before the elders or the adults could find out, just a little element of that cellophane tape would go around that thing, and we are amazed at how
you were able to deceive people.
That held, even it's holding even till today. And probably the adults didn't even know there is actually a crack over there. And on this side, my father's side, my cousins, again, cricket was a major part. And one distinct memory I have is during one summer vacation when there were four of us, me, my sister, and my two cousins. I remember vividly because that was the time when my sister and I had a huge fight. And we decided we were not going to talk to each other.
What's the age difference?
5 years. So I was probably 10 and she was 15 or something. And it went for about 2-3 days. We both of us didn't relent, and we were not ready to say sorry. But my sister and the other cousins, they decided to make an Indian version of Monopoly.
Okay.
We called it trade at that time. So since probably we didn't want to go out and get, we didn't want to ask our elders for money to go and get a game.
You just made it yourself.
She said, "Let's make it." And that kind of brought us together. So getting a cardboard from some random part of the house and covering it with pink chart sheet and drawing all the boxes and making these little cards. And that was a very fond memory for at least the next 3-4 years, because we had put our time, heart and soul into that game. And the fight ceased to happen because we became teammates probably.
So the negotiations and trade.
Even till date, I'm not much of a board game person. I would love to go there and play out in the open. But today, that game, Monopoly, I still remember the trade that we wrote and everything.
Couple of more questions. Have you ever played the Mambaram?
Yeah. I was not very good at it. But you
could spin it.
I could whip and spin the bomb.
And what about Gilli Danda?
Not much.
Never.
Okay.
I'm going to take you back to something you said earlier. Last question. You were talking about playing hide and seek in the auto.
Mm-hmm.
I think that must be unique. I can't even imagine someone playing hide and seek in an auto. So where did you hide in the auto?
So the hide and seek, it had a rule that even if you are spotted, the person who goes to that area, the area where the seeker begins.
Okay.
So we had to go and slam the wall at that time, saying that even though
you've been spotted, if you go touch the wall, you're okay.
So we used to hide inside the auto, and I remember that the little gap between the seat and the
back of the auto.
one of us used to lie down over there. The other guy was probably behind the
driver's seat
area, and thankfully the driver had covered the auto with a tarpaulin.
Okay.
So that
so
also
you could hide inside.
Before he spotted us, we used to, because the auto has two sides, right? He used to spot
Come
us
this
from
side,
here,
you'll run out the other
yeah,
side.
and become the winner. So that auto, I don't know if it was in running shape after that.
Okay, that's a nice memory to think of Chennai autos being
Yeah.
places to play. But that's lovely. I think now I'm going to look at autos differently, and definitely next time I hear you sing Tony, I know what I'm going to think about.
The viewers also probably, but yeah, gamification, I think it's the way to go for introducing classical
Sort of
music to a
things,
new
yeah.
audience. I think so. A lot of games, when we didn't even know that we were playing games with our gurus, like my parties used to do.
Yeah.
But they were these little nuggets of information hidden inside questions, hidden inside little anecdotes, that,
Little quizzes.
and
Yeah.
things like that. And now you have so much of information available, and I just hope that kids try to draw in similar strands of thought from their education, from their curriculum, from music, from games,
And bring it together.
And
Yeah.
so just
It's more holistic
more
that way.
holistic, and life is not that different,
Yeah.
After all, you play, you learn something new, you apply that to your education, your
Absolutely.
curriculum, and then I applied so many rules involuntarily to my kacheri also for this game, for example,
Paramapadam,
Sopan.
yeah.
So everything goes well until the last song. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So a kacheri
You can come all the way
you
back
can all the
to
way come all
back
the way
to square
back,
one.
and you can have a bad start, and suddenly you get onto a ladder. It just goes to a dizzying height. Anything is possible.
It's all in the game.
It's all in the game.
Thank you very much. That was really delightful, and some very fond memories. And
Thanks.
I'm
thanks.
sure our viewers will love today's session.
Thank you for having me. Go Chennai.